I wanted to start the stream out just so we have a record copy of it in case I drop off the face of the earth of what exactly we do to publish this file. Now, first, there's two different types of publish. One of them is going to be to publish the model to the general contractor for BIM coordination review, which they're asking for today. So let's go ahead and do that first. So what I end up doing is wherever our central files are, which let's see where Mike uploaded this at 8:42 this morning. He uploaded the tower. Let's see if we go into here, into the Revit files. We have, he did this one right here. Mechanicals 2. We need the plumbing from Eric, and we need the coordination for the access panels. So I'm going to take all of those and I'm going to go ahead and download them. Now, I'm going to have to rename that one because Mike's named it number 2. Don't understand why he keeps getting that, but it will take a second to download. And by all means, there's multiple ways you could do this process, but what we end up doing is we end up doing using a tool in Revit called Bird Tools, which you can look up, which has a free Navis exporter, which what I'm going to do is I'm going to browse and I'm going to export from the composite file. That's all you have to do is export from that one file, and that's going to make 3 Navis files, 3 Navis files. So, Mike?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, where you're driving?
I am. My father-in-law's at the house and got a little emergency to take care of.
Well, you're fine. I'm just going over how to upload these files since I have to upload them.
I gotcha. All right.
All right. So
Once I get back to the office, I'll jump back on. Is that all right?
that's fine, man. There ain't no problem. Don't worry about it. I told you just need to
Okay.
relax today. All right. Just get yourself down to Florida, and then you can come back, and then you're gonna be in the weeds. You have to watch all these videos.
I hear you. All right, man.
All
We'll
right.
talk in a little bit.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, buddy. Be good. So part of what we're trying to do here is I keep a copy of every delivery that we've made, which you can see. This job is ridiculous when you have this many deliveries, but it's been going on for a year and a half. I still need to keep those copies. So once this folder has, once those updated files have downloaded, let's see, can I rename this here? Nope, can't rename it there. That's just wonderful. So I'll take all of these and I'm going to copy these into my delivery folder. Then I'll take this one file that's named incorrectly, thanks to my buddy. And rename it. Then I'll copy those into my working directory where I just surf to in that Bird Tools on how where to export. And when it says when I copy those over, they should say replace the files in the destination. Okay, so all we have to do is it's basically going and finding the 3 views that I created with a CVA at the front because that's how they wanted these files named, and then I'm going to go proceed. So what's going to happen is this step is actually going to take an inordinate amount of time because these are very large files. So I can take those 3 files. When I drug them over, I did not want that to be a move. I wanted that, if I hold my control, I could have made that a copy. Because I'm going to have to go to the SharePoint where we're sharing these things, put my subcontract, and I apologize that this is the way I'm starting out the meeting, but this is a task that had to be done, and I'm just waiting for other people to join. So if I go to our Century Contractors and I go to my Revit files, you're going to see I have to replace these 3 files right here, but they have to be named the way the general contractor wanted them. So I'm going to basically just copy this and rename my composite to match what their standard is, which I'm not too thrilled with. We'll probably later on talk about why I don't like. If that name doesn't make sense to you, doesn't jump out and tell you what it is, I think you're doing the wrong thing. But I've always had that opinion, and most people disagree. Most people want to have the job and then the building and then what discipline. So we're just doing what they're asking us to do. So once I've renamed those, and I was asked to have this up by noon, so it's 11:45. So this works out perfect. Now, instead of me having to each time say, yes, I want you to replace it, and then it upload the file twice, I found that I have to delete those files. And once they're deleted, I would drag them and get them into the uploading. Now, while they're uploading, I'll take my last folder, Control C, I'll do a new folder, do a Control V, and to say today's date is actually the 18th. So we just published these on Monday, and now we're publishing them again, which is part of the problem. It really is an exorbitant waste of time. Okay. So we should see, I generally like to watch these uploads because they will sometimes crash out. I guess I could. I'm hoping the volume was picked up enough because I was really facing the computer that I'm not using. I wish Mike was here or Eric. When they join, what do we need to discuss? We're going to need to discuss this area here. We're going to need to discuss this ductwork that happens right in here. So it's a little bit higher than that. Let's see. With this Deluxe is really beneficial now that they put the multiple cut planes in there. I just generally find an object. In this case, I would add a new cut so that I have this little thumbnail. See, what happens is if I'm way over here now, how do I get to that little cut plane? My recommendation is in that case, I would just go over here and I would add a new cut. See, then that cut's there and available for me. And by all means, they've now added the ability to add an additional cut so that you could raise this up. Hey, Ginger. In your car?
Yes.
We just had Mike in his car. And I was feeling bad because I didn't start the stream, but ironically, the thing we were supposed to start at lunch, I believe, got postponed until September 17th. So I'm not the only goof off in this world.
Oh, wow.
So I was just explaining a little bit about Deluxe. Are you going to be able to watch when you get home, when you get back to the office? You going to lunch? What's going on?
Yeah, I was going to do a real quick run out and run back.
That's fine. That's fine. Hey, listen, there's no rush. You just drop in whenever you get back there. Have you seen Jason? Did he already leave for Greensboro? Do you think he's coming back?
He's in the office right now.
Oh, excellent, excellent. So if you could catch him just for 2 minutes, I just need to ask him 2 simple questions. Whenever you get back, obviously.
You want me to
And
see if
I'm
he'll
just,
jump on now?
what's that?
You want me to see if he'll jump on now?
Well, when you get back, it's fine. When you get
Okay.
back, it's fine. It ain't a rush. It ain't a rush. We don't have all the players. Mike was there for a second. He had to run somewhere. I mean, it wasn't the best time for me to start the meeting. Like I said, I was hoping that we would watch this something about visualization. I covered it the other night. I thought we were just going to watch that and watch a little bit of Deluxe, but you get settled in and then jump back online and we'll talk about it then. All right.
All right.
Thank you for joining. So, as I was saying about the cut planes, they really did a nice thing by allowing you to underneath the cut to add additional cuts. Now what happens is, and you can even have them in the different directions. So you can see this red cut plane allows us to pull that direction. And the blue one, what would happen is you would actually notice things that are cut. That's the blue cut plane. And you can really even add an additional one so that you're cutting just that one area. And this is going to be the area that we're going to end up needing to talk with Vince about. I think he wants to try to run this hydronic line a little bit simpler than it is, but we need him to fully understand everything that's in the project, everything that's going to be built out there. Because right now, he was seeing it more like what I was just showing you, which was he's only seeing he's probably seeing the structural fabrication, maybe some of the framing, and he's probably saying, I can go run my mechanical just about anywhere I want. However, when he really looks at it, he's going to find out that there's other information, there's other stuff in there, and I know fire protection has not updated this yet. So I want to get back to my other task, and what you're going to see is on that, because I like to multitask on my other computer. Let's see if we can add Eric to the stage. Throw this back down like this. Just bear with me, Eric. So those files have updated. And what we're going to see is a lot of times. All right. So that Bird Tools still has not updated. It still has not created the Navis file, which it will be creating over here. Once it's created those Navis files, then I'll throw them into this Navis folder. So I can actually, to be honest with you, since you know the first thing I do is delete them, I'm going to delete them. And as soon as they're done creating, I'll throw them up. And we got to hope that it happens in the next 7 minutes. Now, what I have found, if I'm really pushed, you wouldn't realize this, but if you restart the Revit, it can or actually reboot the entire computer and restart the Revit. Then it'll free up a lot of the memory losses that have happened along the way. So if I really was pushed for it, I would worry about it, but these are going to be generating, but it's not quick. This is why it's really not a fun thing to export these files. Now, this is the first export. The second export that Mike needs to understand is we need to push let me switch over to my other computer. We need to update this Deluxe model, which when we're updating the Deluxe model, that includes updating all the PDFs that are attached with the Deluxe model. And the Deluxe model is really cool in that you'll now see I've now got the access panels because someone requested that the access panels were in there. But more importantly, if you've played with this job at all, or to show anyone who hasn't seen this before, this job is broken into 54 sheets. So my actual PDF set, which is the third thing that you have to do, we need to after we export the model, we need to export it to Deluxe, and then we need to print the PDFs. And the PDFs for a job, you can see this is a large job, or this is a large job. It takes the PDF set is like 500 megabytes. It's large, especially since we've used so much color to make the prints easier to read, which is some of the stuff that we're going to actually cover in our Revit classes, how you can make drawings look a little bit different. But what I'm trying to explain to you is with the Deluxe, it then gave them the ability to have this extremely large, this PDF is actually 8 foot by 8 foot. And with Deluxe, what we can do is we can just click on that and open up that 3D view. We have to get that stuff to update. In order to get that to update, what we do is we go in to our Revit, and underneath Revit, I've downloaded a plugin that allows me to upload that. So we will be covering the uploading and the printing next week when we're actually doing the uploading and the printing. The goal with today's meeting is to try to get every loose item that we can get ironed out so that we can publish next week with the PDFs. Eric, are you there?
Yep.
Tell me where you are with the access panels. Maybe show your screen so we can talk about a little bit of it.
I just got rolling on them. This one in here, there was several deleted. This one's said to be removed. I just wanted to ask you about that. I think we talked about that yesterday, but I didn't remember what we confirmed to do with this one.
Delete that.
All right. And then the two in the other panel and the metal panel need to be deleted. And I'm just going through and moving the ones that we discussed yesterday, the ones that have the red box that give me something to work with.
The ones that so you really didn't do much on the access panels.
No.
Okay.
I thought we were going over it while we were doing this stuff today.
Yep. Well, let's do it. Let's go through them. Why don't I? Let's see. I want to look at that email that Ginger just sent me. Which I think was a duplicate of something that we already had. Let's see what it is. And then we'll just walk through these access panels and I'll re-upload in an hour. Let's see. This one was, yeah, this one's all new. Oh, no, this one's even better.
It's better than what I'm looking at?
Yeah, heck of a lot better. I'm about to show you. Ready and boom. Tell me when you recognize it. You won't because it's
the hotel.
It's the hotel. All access panels are to be centered on the hallway aligned with the lights.
Do you have lights to align them with?
Why is a second panel needed here? Because the wall's probably shown going up to the deck. My guess is.
Brian.
Yep. Tell me, Ginger.
So they approved that, and then they returned a month ago. They approved it. They returned it yesterday. They re-reviewed it, and it is revised and
Revise and resubmit. You broke up real bad. You're probably in a bad data zone. Access panels need to be centered over water closet matching floors below. And what floor is this? Level 12. That'd be real interesting. We'll cover this one after we cover yours, Eric. It looks like just level 12 is there's an issue, and we'll have to get it ironed out, or maybe we'll do the same thing we're going to do with you or Mike. So for you, you should be looking at these ones are the ones you're looking for, right? Tell me where you're at with your next one.
Right here.
Yeah.
So I went to look at this one. We talked about yesterday moving this one, and
Nope,
that one,
nope, that can't be moved. That
it
one
can't be
cannot.
moved because we're right at the
The
we're
steel.
right at the thing.
You're right on column line S. We've already discussed that one at least 7 times. That's why I think it really makes sense to just do this stuff and get done with it.
All right.
That
So
one there, all I want you to do is show me the geometry to get that thing moved to the center. So anyone who's watching who doesn't know how to do that, or maybe that might be you, let's get that guy into the center. I wouldn't do that. That thing is just
where do you want me to do it? Just in the 3D?
Yeah, that's typically how I would do it. But see, because what happens is, guess what you don't see? Do the
Lights?
XX.
The 3D or the architectural features?
Yep. Look at it from underneath. All right. Go check your Revit links.
Oh, the plumbing didn't.
No.
The plumbing should be on.
No, I want you to check which one links you got loaded. You probably don't have the architectural interiors. No. Okay, yeah, you guess you can check it that way.
Only thing I'm missing is fire protection and architectural MEP.
How old is your architectural? No, your interior file should be there. Why are we not seeing that? Let me go in mine. Possibly. Let's see.
Yeah, it's there. Right there it is.
No, you should have some dental molding on the ceiling.
Yeah, right there.
No, that ain't it.
Oh, it's just
That's just the crown molding. And see, this is where I said they did what is that actual object? If you tap into that object, what is
This
that
one?
object? Yeah. See, they probably got frustrated. That's an in-place family, I would bet. And there's no
it's
way.
a ceiling.
Yeah, it's got to be an in-place family that they did an actual revolve of the shape. And we're going to cover that in that class on how to build that better, trying to show the architects. What I'm worried about is we've got to, if you go back to your PDF, do you see those keystone shaped objects?
Uh-huh.
You're not seeing those.
Gotcha.
And that I don't know why. So let's see if we can figure that out. I don't see it in mine either. Maybe.
Are they masses?
No, I'll be honest, probably
Masses were the only thing I had turned off. Masses and parts.
no. Nope, I'm gonna have to track him down. So go to your next location while I track that down. We'll see if we can't keep moving. We're gonna come back to that one. Above that, you should have a line center with diffuser. You should be able to knock that one out.
That's an easy one. We said we're skipping this one, right? Or we wanted me to move it to where the red box was.
It's what does it say? Verify in field. Do we have field verification?
Nope.
No. Let me open one of my other rivets. That's the mechanical. What was this one? Oh, I still got to do the plumbing and the gas. That'll be a good one for us to do. Let's just open a new rivet then.
I think there's two of those.
There's another one just above it. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That one actually is aligned.
Yeah, I thought I had them aligned. You know,
It's
you're gonna
aligned with our diffuser. Now there's another diffuser. There's actually a couple.
that's fine. See, the problem is what the architect's really trying to tell the people to do.
Center it in the bulkhead.
To center it, no, to center it in the objects that are there when you place them. Okay? Because that diffuser, where it's actually modeled doesn't matter. Where framing people
Brian, hang on, Brian. I'm sorry. I will be right back.
That's fine. I'll mute you. So what's happening is they really want the field to know that they need to center those objects. The problem is that those objects are not there, like the sprinkler heads and other things. How can you center them? Aye. So if I go back to get my latest information, let's see, not that one, that's mechanical. So the last time we had an update was in May. So let me verify over here. I share with the other screen. You'll see that I've got 2 of my Navisworks files made and I'm 7 minutes late. So that's part of where the frustration gets in. If we go back and look at this guy and go to the architecture provided models, and their naming is terrible. Everything's out of order, but we go with the newest. The newest was on May 20th, which if we go back to my other screen, you'll see. Who am I getting feedback from? Eric kicked off the mic. All right. If I go back to 520, this is the most updated architectural. Generally, the stuff that I get straight from the architect would be this file right here, which we're going to go ahead and open and see if that information is there. Now, this is part of why so many people have problems working on this job, is because these files have gotten so out of control. That's why I've got to clean these files every time I get them.
I'm back, Brian.
All right. See which ones you can get while I'm opening that file, because it's still opening that file.
That's fine. I think we talked about this one.
Yep, you need to do that as a rotate around the center of that thing. And I would just rotate it maybe 5 degrees. Can
Nope.
you do that? Rotate, place your point in the center of that circle. That's ballsy. That's what I would do, SC, and give it 5 degrees. Nope, you know what?
4.9,
Yeah.
4.7.
There you go. Perfect.
It's really laggy on me. Is that because of the StreamYard? I know this view is very laggy, but it's
That's
extra
the view. That's that view when we put that stuff in 3D and the transparency and everything. Yeah, that's what it is.
I think that's it for this one. We got to go get those two out there.
I'm gonna go ahead and cover a little bit of what I've got on my end.
Yep.
Part of the problem is when you open that file and you go to the 3D view, it appears as all you get is this line, which that's probably all the objects. Yep, somewhere in there's the object I'm looking for. Not really sure how somebody works in a file like that. What is this? This, we'll notice, is a DWG that was referenced in about the pool. I'm going to try to delete that, and then let's see if we can actually see something when we do a zoom extends. There it is. Oh, that's beautiful. I opened the wrong file. Try this again. I'm going to switch back to you, Eric, so you can show me if you have any questions or move what you're moving.
We're fine. These locations not acceptable. I think we didn't.
I didn't want the tower architecture. I want the architecture. I don't like that 520. 520-24. That is correct. Oh, right here they named it the CVA low rise. And this is where I say, if you're not careful on your naming, it can be very difficult. And everyone thinks they've got it named correctly. But if it's not logical and doesn't sort itself in your view browser, then maybe you ought to search for a little bit better naming technique. I just looked back and that third Navis file still isn't created. So we're now talking, that's a half hour you're wasting if you're on one machine to do this export of these Navis files. So then requesting all this stuff to be exported like that is sort of a crazy idea. You're wasting time. Unfortunately, when the job gets wound up real tight like it is right now, wasting time is not necessarily a good thing. Let's see. A to Z. Subcontractor, Century. What I did want to see, I wanted to see that one right there. Information page.
Hey, Brian.
Yes.
On these two, let me find them here. These two right here. I know we've talked about these. That we can't align them in the positions that they're in, but can we go ahead and push each of them closer to one another? Like push this one up, pull this one down so they're centered? Or is that going to cut too much? You can't have any of this underneath the VAV.
Well, I think their VAVs are pretty close to the ceiling, and you got to look at that from that angle. See how close they are to the ceiling? That access panel is right below that VAV. That people are going to be like, "Wow, that looks great. What do you want me to do? How am I supposed to get to that control
Yeah,
panel?"
they just got to be able to reach. Okay, that's fine. I was just asking, just trying to figure out if there was anything we could
Well,
do.
that's the frustrating thing, because, and it's actually a good thing for us to talk about, because this is this is the content that eventually we need to get out to everybody to understand.
Well, I mean, it could have been resolved earlier if we had, I guess thinking about that intent.
When did it need to be resolved? Before we were pushed to send the ductwork out for fabrication. Do you know when
Yeah.
that was? That was December.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
no. I get it.
The boat left on that one. So yeah, they did it. They did cancel a meeting and rescheduled it for the something in September, the 7th of September.
What meeting?
The thing we were going to join at noon
Oh,
was going to be visualization, something about visualization. I'll read it to you. Oh, I'm getting it open there. I'm actually getting somewhere on that other file. So and you see, that's where the frustration is if poor Eric's got to be getting sidetracked going to find that architectural detail, it can get real frustrating real quick. So let's see what that thing was actually called. No, that was another one. How about this one? Worth 1,000 words. Why data should be visualized. And for some reason it got canceled. What you seeing there?
I'm just making sure that moving that over didn't jam anything up. I don't even know what that axis. Oh, it's for that valve. That's what the dot was. I thought the dot was a light. It was just throwing me off.
Because it's a detail component.
Now this one we are centering in the center of the.
Centering it in the center of the lights, even though the sprinkler head is not. Yeah.
All right, just wanted to make sure.
That's where his composite PDF doesn't tell the real story. You were off by 1 inch. How could you? You see that moved at 1 inch, right?
Yep, I caught that.
That one there, center between the two blue lights. You'll notice there's black lights and there's blue lights.
Oh, so I'm centering it in between all four of those ones, basically, vertical and horizontal.
I think when we discussed that, they said it wasn't critical, but by the time they come back and look at it, they're going to feel that it probably was critical. To be honest with you, Eric, just leave those equals on there.
All right.
It's not going to hurt. See, that's the irony of it is by you doing it in the views that you're doing it in, think about it. It makes sense. It's telling the field that you should center that stuff out.
Oh, duh.
Yeah, just stretch those two texts so they're legible. Yep, perfect. Just let that read. That's fine. Location is acceptable. Skip that one.
Okay.
That's what it said. Location was acceptable. Look for the bigger text.
Oh, that's right. Then I was looking at the center and soffit as a general.
Did you get rid of the two at the vestibule?
I got rid of those two already.
Okay.
All right.
Go to your next page. I'm going to go ahead and kick this on so that I can be done with it. Let's see.
We weren't doing this one either, right?
Oh, hold on a second. So the last thing that I've got to do is to take these Navisworks files, which really we should be updating because these are the ones we're working on right now, and upload those. So they're theoretically there before noon, and you wasted 30 minutes exporting those files. You saw how many times I had to export them. That's a lot of wasted time. I don't recommend you run your job the way this one's been run. Oh yeah, at that point, I'm going to go ahead and get off that my extra computer. I'm going to be done with. I'm going to leave the studio, so it's just me and Eric now, not me and Eric and the other Brian. All right, Eric, tell me what you're looking at now. Those ones there. If you go look at those rooms, they shouldn't be anywhere in that location whatsoever. And the field hates me for this because. Go to that location. Probably where the clouds, well, maybe not. Yep, it's where the clouds were.
I just got lost. These ones?
That's it. That's where they're at now. You see how I took them completely out of all that architectural detail and moved those up.
Yep.
Now, unfortunately, they'd probably like to have those centered. Why don't you take the one on the right and move it a little bit closer to that detail? Yep, so it looks like the one on the other side.
Now it looks like it's in the detail.
Go right to it, touch it. Perfect. That's fine. I'm pretty sure if you cut a section box of that, it doesn't look as bad as it looks there. Check it. Once again, that's because of how they drew that detail.
Oh, I got you.
See how it's under that light bar?
Yep.
I mean, I'm not going to say that it's going to be fun to reach on a ladder. There's no way that that's going to be the case.
Yeah.
But you can at least get to it. Before, you couldn't even get to it.
Over here, you can at least stand on the chair.
Well, ironically, that's why they wanted those boxes to go to the bottom so that they could see if there was any equipment below there. But what do you see missing from the model? Any of the equipment.
Yeah.
Right? You should really have all of that stuff built.
You mean the gambling tables and such?
Yep. See, so if there was any permanent equipment there, then you could see, oh, this is not a good spot for an access panel. Now they'll have to move all the slot machines in order to get to that access panel.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But they never really followed up with it because no one built the permanent equipment. No one built the kitchen equipment. This is where my proposal is. If people are telling me they want to do Revit and they want to learn that stuff, I personally think all of that equipment should get put in there, because if we're going to do a facilities management model, that's important information for it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
what did we say we were doing? Are we doing these ones? We don't know where the lights are yet. The lights are convoluted in the models.
Where's that? Where you at?
The Asian gaming,
All right, the
where
Asian
the light
game.
was in the CR in the floor.
Let's see if we can actually solve this problem by having two screens. So let me get the screen for the Asian gaming up. I think that was this one here. All right, let me show you my screen. That's what they're wanting. So it looks like this one's centered on the light, this one's centered on the light, and this is somehow in that radius. You think you can do that? Let's look at your file. Oh gosh. All right.
Let's
So,
go. Let's start with this one. Show me yours again.
all right.
Because see, we're not even accessing our VAV box from here.
No. What I need to know is I want to see just the electrical file. Can you isolate just the electrical file, the lighting file? Yep, that one. Okay. So, you see that? How does that correlate with that? Now, here's my first question. You see these two lights? Do you see how they're directly and we're going to get right between them? Let's look at your screen. How is that going to happen when
The light's right in the middle.
Well, those two spotlights don't line up with each other. Look at them. Look at them in mine. These two spotlights line up with each other. And this shows this set of rings.
These set of rings is totally different. Maybe did I not get the electrical?
You got the electrical. The electrical is not up to date with where the architect is. So they're marking this stuff up as if it's coming off the architectural drawing, but that's not what's actually being built.
Gotcha. So this one, that's again, we talked about last night.
That one's impossible to do.
Okay.
The old blue beam error, huh?
Yeah, it keeps jumping me around. Move away from lighting. Move away from light fixture. Center with lights.
And that was the one that I had an argument. What does that actually look like in your model? So let's actually go to your model, to that area. And then what I want to see is what actual lights you got. So remember, I want the lights, not the ones from the electrical file.
Only the lights?
Just for a second, yes. All right, so they've got 3 in that area. Hold on, I'm trying to get to that area. Show me your PDF again so I can be in the same PDF and I'll do your PDF work for you. So you're in CCGH something.
SDCGCHCJ.
That's one I didn't open. My problem is I don't see those lights in that configuration. I don't see those lights in that configuration.
Well, even in this configuration, what is he saying to center them on? The line of these?
No.
This one?
I don't know. Go back to your Revit and see where the lights are. This is where this doesn't make any sense.
Well, you can't center them on these guys. That would be...
And what is he actually feeding? What is he?
I think he's talking about between these two valves.
That's feeding valves?
Yeah.
Or accessing valves?
Oh, geez. I thought that one was going right into that steel. It's dropping down. Okay. Yeah. One is definitely for valves. This one over here is for... I don't see it.
Probably because your cut plane's too low.
What did I do? Drag the back of it?
No, more than likely something moved out of the way.
There's nothing there, man.
Delete it. Then you don't have to have it.
I mean, right?
I mean, that's really what needs to happen everywhere. My question is, do you have the plumbing being shown in your ceiling plan?
It doesn't look like there's toilets in there. No,
No.
because we saw valves. We could see valves before. Right there, you can see the valve. It's right here.
Gotcha.
See it?
Yep. So why don't you move that down to the front of the toilet stall? You understand they're telling us to center access panels that are actually in a toilet stall. That's what someone's actually asking.
They're having us pull it out into open view.
Nope, just pull that down so it's off that one light. Oh. That's where it's got to go. That's where it's got to go. You can't be there because there's a light there, and you can't go far enough back to get to that without the light. So they're going to have to do a reach, take that out, which if those stalls attached to the ceiling, it's going to be problematic.
Yeah.
Okay, just move it to there for now. That's where we're going to have to try to get through their heads that they have to look at this a little bit more accurately than they are. That one was the one that deleted. Let's go back. You're going to get rid of that 218? Nope, that 218 stays.
No, he was over here.
No.
All right. I think that was it for this guy. Holding on that. Oh, you were going to do this portion. I'm sorry. I think we're done with this sheet.
That's fine. You're doing great.
Oh, no.
Yep. This is going to be one of those ones again.
We'll just start with these ones.
Which one is this? CCHC. Okay.
It's just all the way down.
So we're at the access. That's access for that valve.
See, that one we got above the stall door anyway. So he wants me to push it down, center it between those lights.
Yep. You can give that to them. Go ahead and center it between them lights.
Yeah, but what about the other direction? Are they wanting it moved in the other direction?
They probably wanted it aligned with the lights in that direction.
All right. What is it doing? I don't know what command it just gave me.
That's an awful lot of a jump. They should be able to access that. That's the problem is they're looking at the ceiling plan and they're going to end up regretting this because if those stalls go up, let them run into that when they run into it, I guess.
All right.
That's the best you can do. What else did they say on that PDF?
It was just these three were to, or yeah, I believe these three were to be centered. Oh, 4, 5. Because this one matters inside the EVS. What's the EVS?
That's a janitor's closet.
See, like that matters. And what's the bell? Is that just an alarm?
Probably.
So what lights are they saying to center it between these two?
There's one light, right? There's only
It's
one
on.
light in that room. There's only one light in that room.
Yeah. And the only thing that really makes sense to do is maybe push it north a little, but I don't. You know what I mean? It could go north a little, but I don't know what they're wanting me to fucking align it with. In the center of these two, maybe?
Don't cuss. Don't cuss. Don't get
Sorry.
frustrated.
I'm
Don't get
sorry.
Listen, I've been there. Have the same problem. Agree with you. I'm good with that. Are you on a light? Is my question.
On which
I think-
one?
I think that one there. I think you could probably.
Shift it to get off the light.
Is it on the light?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a model clash there from their body.
Why don't you align that with the light that's above it in both directions? Because
This
remember,
one?
they got that light and the other light align.
And this one?
Yep. So it's going to move to the right and to up a little bit. Just do a dimension and do a 0 dimension.
Like that?
Yep. And then the same thing with that little light in the corner.
Sorry, it's so laggy. It's weird.
That's because of all the transparency and all of the files. It's
No,
really,
I know why.
It's a function of that electrical file is really bad. It's just too big.
All right.
Now let me ask you a question. That was the one we moved. We did not get into the sprinkler head.
But we did get into this black circle, I'm sure. We're right on its
But
center.
that black circle's not a light. It's not in there.
All
That's
right.
the light from the architects. See, that's where the problem's coming in. They put these arrows on a PDF that's got him doing this as a composite, and we don't. Their architectural lights do not match the electrical lights.
Doesn't even look like there's a light in the EVS now.
Well, let's check your model and see if they have a light in the EBS.
There's not. Wall sconce, maybe.
Let's fix that one. That one's got that ceiling height incorrect. Your access panel's above the ceiling. So pick on the access panel and where it says ceiling height, take that down to 9 foot. Yes. And
There's no lights in that room.
nope, there's no lights in that room. No lights in the room. The Asian gaming lights don't match the architectural lights.
It's funny when the note says align with the lights.
It's a fool's errand. It's a fool's errand. And unfortunately,
So just push. Do you want me to center this one out?
You know what I'd probably do with that one? Don't really have a light in the center, do you?
If we move this, we're going to move it to where the light's going to be. They're going to put a wall sconce in here.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Remember, it's an EBS. So let's move on.
All right.
Let's move on. Well,
Just that last one down in the men's room.
And that one, the one I don't like is it's at the edge of the wall. So where do we got lights? And we're on a light.
We're on a light.
We are trying to serve that corner. Shift that thing. Oh no!
This valve.
There's no room. There's no room between lights.
It's that valve right there. We actually, we're that light. Ooh. Do we want to come over here? This light's going to have to go.
Yep.
And we're going to have to push in there, right, basically centered where that light was.
Yeah, what you end up finding out is, and we had that same problem in the service level. We'll end up going to the service level after you get through these. There's no room for that access panel.
So what do we want to do with it? Just,
Look at it one more time. And you're
I mean, the only thing I'm seeing is to push it out here, but then you have to reach around the corner.
do exactly that. Push it up and over a little bit. Nudge it. I'm all good with nudging. Don't worry about accurately doing it. Go to the center of the light. One more little half nudge up. Perfect. That's where it's at. You'll be able to reach that, Eric.
All right. 2 more on here, and then we got 1 sheet left.
Can't do those two.
Good. That was easy.
That's casino level. We don't have those FCUs yet. Are you in the composite file?
Yes.
Let's go put our little RFI boxes in there.
All right. Where
That's
are we
what
putting them? On
I'd
which
put one
ones?
right there. I'd put one right there.
Just give me a moment to remember my naming.
It's generic models. RFI scope box.
The one that
That's it.
says box.
Yep. Just drag it over onto the screen. Make sure you're not at 0. You are at 0. So put that at about 9 foot. Did you place it?
No, I didn't place it.
Okay. What did you grab?
I don't know what it's doing. It was hesitating. You saw the blue wheel pop up.
Yep. Get that as a BX around that bugger. That's pretty good. Fix the description.
What are we saying?
Can't locate per markup.
I need to lower my desk a little bit.
Yeah.
My elbows are bent weird.
Perfect. I love it. Now,
All right.
in that 3D view, what I'd actually like you to do is select all of those things except for that one and delete them.
There's 2 of them in the project.
All right, hold your shift to get rid of that and hit delete.
I did. I got it.
Your other RFI scope that doesn't say box,
Put one in and do the same.
you could just delete the whole damn thing. Right there. Right? That should tell you got 32 of those.
Yep.
Those were the ones that you couldn't, they didn't match the diffusers and they never got back to looking at. But they're gone. Now we need to start anytime we have a question, we're going to put that scope box in on it. Okay. So when you went back to that ceiling, go back to your ceiling plan.
Hang on 1 second.
Oh, you got to sneeze, cough, fart,
Sneeze. I'm having some sinus stuff going. All right, back to my.
So this is where your next PDF is going to show those 2 FCUs.
But what do we want to put a comment on this one? Or just let it where it is.
You could drag that comment over there and say no light shown in the lighting model.
No light to center with.
No light shown in the lighting model. Whatever. Yeah, no light to center with, however you want to put it. Yep.
All right. You said those other two were. Oh no, I'm on the next sheet now. Wait, these were the two we just said we couldn't do anything with, right?
Those are
They
the
just.
two that I need you to say that no FCUs have been provided, no FCU resolution has been provided, or something to that extent. We're still waiting for information back from Ian.
I'm assuming these are coming in gray because they're inside the pink.
It's probably because of one of the filters that I have applied.
All right, that's these two right here, correct? Yes.
Yep, stretch that a little bit bigger.
It's frozen. There it goes. I was nudging it, but it wasn't.
I want your box around the FCU, and I want you to make sure in your 3D view that it captures that FCU, so that we can say that we have not gotten that resolution yet.
Oops, that was supposed to be a BX.
Whichever, it don't matter.
All right, so this is going to say.
But see, you don't have that. You don't have the FCU in that one, so that's where I want you to get that the XX in like you did, and then make sure it's stretched around that FCU. The one that is placed on the ceiling and on the underside of the structure that you couldn't get. You won't be
Can I
able
not stretch this in 3D?
No.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do I need to do then? I need to go.
Just pick on it and just go to the properties of it. Well, you can do it there.
No, it's not stretch. It doesn't want to do this in here at all.
No, it hates that view. That view's got so much going on it.
All right, so this is.
You see, that's only the clearance of the FCU, the gray box, the big gray box.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're fine. That's what I'm wanting.
And we were going to say no.
Confirmed.
Man, my fingers are. All right. And we need to do that for this one.
Yep. Can't even see where that FCU even is.
No, it's actually over here.
Yep. Stretch it over to that. So he's real big. Perfect. Now we can get back on our high horse. See, if we can't do it, then we want to put a box around it.
All right.
I don't know that we're going to go back to the other ones. Let's see.
These three are this bathroom, and I think that's the end of the road.
All right, go get that one that says Century relocate access panel, no issues relocating.
And we're relocating it this way, I'm assuming.
Yep,
or
that's
south.
where I want that. It's going to go south and west.
What about this light? Oh, we're going to go all the way out here?
Yep.
It's pretty far away.
Oh, I know. I told him that. Try to get it center light.
Oh, you want me to center it on this light?
Yep.
Oof, that's even farther. And even center it down to this one?
Yep.
That's
bad idea. It's a bad idea.
It's pretty far.
Yeah, let's see. I want to look at something else, make it even worse for you. Let's see. That's
Al,
here. And look this way and look up.
framing.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So you're going to be popping through that roof right about, or through that ceiling right about here. You'll be able to reach that. You'll be able to reach that. That'll be fine. You'll be able to reach that. What you got next?
All right. I guess that one was fine because there's no lights in there. Center it on those lights and on those lights. I don't think that's problematic, do you?
What's that?
The center that on that?
Yep. I'd center it on that.
And this one, they wanted to. Those lights don't match. Those lights are all the way up there, and there's a light for me to hit if I line up with them.
And what is this thing serving?
This valve right here. What about this valve?
I would center it on both those lights that you do. The one in the corner. Well, maybe not. Yeah. Yep. That's what I'd do.
You're gonna whack your head.
Gonna have to lean, but you have to get around that one stub wall anyway.
What about that body of that thing?
They're gonna have to rotate the body of that thing in order for us to get it on that light. I mean, they can rotate that.
Okay. Well, and that's that. Nope. That's that.
Asian Gaming, go put a scope box in there.
All right.
Put a big box around that whole cove ceiling and say lighting does not match architectural. See, what I'd do is I'd just put a brand new box in there, and I'd listen before I'd even put it in. I'd give it a 20-foot width and a 15-foot. You know what I mean? Get yourself a good number so you're not doing the stretch.
What's the height? Is the vertical correct?
Height is 4 foot. That'll be about right. Get your width. Drag it over to the screen. Can you see where it's at? Oh, you need to get the. Oh, you're at 9 foot. That's good. Pick it.
It's not. It didn't resize it.
It might have.
Yeah, it did.
Okay. Stretch it
It's like-
around those things, and then what I want you to make that thing say is lighting does not match architectural provided. What was that R? This one. This one. This one.
I can't fucking see. So I can't see it anymore.
You just need to put it on the description, right where it says description.
No, but I can't see.
Don't worry about stretching it. It's going to be there.
All
Now
right.
you can see it.
Lighting.
Lighting does not match RFI space 1449.
What was the number?
1449. Perfect. See, and when you can't do the stretch, Eric, what you can do. See, I think probably needs to be moved up. Look at it in the front elevation of that view. See, you're a little bit low. Me personally, I'd be nudging. I'd just go to the straight front view in that cube. Nudge it. Yep. Perfect. That's exactly what I was going to say. Maybe even give it 6 inches on the height. If you're making it so that it reads in the model, then it'll be in his 3D model.
Oh, 6 inches?
No, 6 foot, 6 foot, 6 foot. I meant 6 foot. I love it. You can do XX again, and then you would see how it's actually looking. It's capturing all of our access boxes.
Yep. Boom, boom, boom.
The one access box.
Well, that is that high? What is that?
What's that?
What are they cutting into?
What do you mean?
I guess the ceiling's up even higher. They're low. They're low.
The ductwork.
Okay, it just didn't look like their ceiling was there.
That's because it's coffered. It's there.
All right, I see it. I think my cut plane was right at it.
But
All right.
the access panel for VAV 9.1, I'd like you to fit it in better.
Which one's that? This one?
Yep. Look at where the actual access to that thing is. It's sort of in a bad spot.
Yeah. Can't do that.
You can nudge that.
Oh, I was gonna try and see what else was going on up there, but you just want me to. What about that light? Just don't worry about it for now.
No, just get it out of that light. Yep.
What's going on? Oh, I must have been in the 3D view. Did I?
No, you can't put that on that lip of that thing. That key, that weird curved thing. That's where it steps in height.
So what do I want to do? Further out there, or
No. The PDF that he sent said he wanted it up in there.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
I'm gonna have to make him on the other height.
Yep, you're gonna have to make him on the other height.
Now, should I avoid this light?
The spotlight, no. The wall washer, no.
Okay.
I mean, yes, avoid it. Don't be on top of it. Can you?
Huh. The further I go away from it, that's the further I have to pull away from the VAV.
Yeah, that's fine. They're gonna have to stretch. Yep, up. On his PDF, he didn't have that rotated. So you look at my PDF. I'm going to show you the PDF. Mike, you see this?
Yes.
So what we found, do you see how this light and this light are in line with each other?
Yes.
And you see how he sent this PDF with maybe I can't do it. There you go. This thing here. You see the shape of that?
Yeah.
All right, watch now. That's what electrical's got in there.
Okay.
Notice how the two wall washer lights aren't lined up with each other.
Mm.
You notice how the chandelier is completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what Eric's done is he's put one of those RFI boxes on there. Eric, if you did an RFI box and hit XX, I know it goes a little bit too big for it, though. Maybe in your 3D view. There you go. He's put a box in there that the corner says, yep, right there. Lighting does not match RFI 1449, which is the PDF that I was showing you.
Okay.
I don't know any better way to do it. That's what our goal is now, is put these scope boxes in anywhere where we got a problem.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Eric, did that finish us up with the access panels?
I believe so. I think there was one comment on this one, but I think it was just this comment which we just covered,
Yep.
and then the rest of this was garbage for other stuff that wasn't ours.
This is one of those ones where in the bathroom, I think the bathrooms he had some markups. Flip through it, and you're going to see that one bathroom. No, keep going. He's got some red squares drawn where you want them. There you go. That lighting doesn't match either.
But we fixed those lights per what lighting we're seeing.
For what lighting is in the current model. But the lighting doesn't match the reflected ceiling plan. So in other words, him sending out this RFI 1449, Gaylord is not matching those lights. So I don't know how you want us to align with stuff that we don't know where it is what it comes down to. We've now gone through them all. So, Eric, please save and post that file. I'm going to jump back to my Deluxe, and we're going to take a look at some of the stuff that Mikey needs. And the first thing that we're going to talk about, oh, yeah, there you go.
I updated the file. Did you see it?
At 10 o'clock?
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of damn ones and twos and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it was 3.
Okay, 3.
Yeah.
I will, if you go back and watch this stream,
Yes, sir.
I go through the process of how to update those things. So I'm about to do that again as soon as someone else can take the stage, and we'll upload again. But understand, you're throwing a half hour time away every time. Actually, more like 45 minutes every time.
You want me to push this access panel file up?
I want you to push that composite file up, correct?
All right.
Yep. And then I'll grab Mikey's updated mechanical if he doesn't decide that we're going to do more to it. This is what I want to look at. All right. So what used to happen, and we did fix it, this duct shot all the way over here, and it looked like it was going to feed the marketplace.
Gotcha.
It used to come out to here, and I shortened it. You understand, right now, it doesn't make any sense to have this tap coming off of here. This really should have been an elbow or a mitered elbow. And how do you transition from a size? Let's see the size of that one duct. Mechanical. That doesn't give me, dimensions. A 48 by 30 turns the corner and goes to a 38 by 28.
38 by 28. Yep.
That doesn't make sense to jump down from a 48 by 30. You're jumping down in both 2 inches in both directions just because you're turning the corner.
Well, I guess my first question is can we lower the bigger duct run?
Can you lower it? You don't want to lower it. Why would you want to lower it?
Well, because let's see, that's 10 inches different. Well, because the other one kind of comes down, and I'm thinking where it comes down, it goes underneath steel right there.
Yeah.
Is that where the smaller duct is that's why it's going down because it's going under steel? I don't see any steel.
No.
So
Nope.
we could raise the little duct up.
That's probably all been hung.
Oh. Okay, well then leave it alone.
I just want everyone to be aware that this duct here used to look
Used to
like it went
continue.
out. And what's that?
It used to continue down.
It used to continue down, and I think they were going to blow in some of the marketplace. But that design never got changed. I just want everyone to be
I got
aware of that crazy thing.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Were you able to take? See, because this is right here where Ramsey's Kitchen is, or no, where Starbucks is. This is where cut. Were you able to take all this duct and put the trade of Starbucks in there?
Put the what in?
The trade. Let's see.
Oh, the trade. I got you. No, I hadn't done that yet.
Yeah, so let's see. Let's go. You're up on the screen. Let's see if we can walk you through that.
Where's that one again? Because that's what I was going to ask you. Because you see what I did here, and maybe this is more for me than anybody else, but this is all the ductwork that I've raised. And then I ended up including these two pieces here because this went lower, correct?
Yeah.
So we need these pieces to be a little bit longer. This would be the same, this would be the same, but these two would grow. So I highlighted those.
Yeah, we have not been doing that on the low rise.
No, I understand. This is I'll turn the filter off. This is just for me to make sure that I capture it all as far as the Rev 13 / we can change it to whatever you want to name it.
Yep.
So I'm trying to figure out again where was that duct you were just?
It's way over on the right side of the screen. Right there. Okay. Nope. It's, I think, in your view right now. All right. Go a little bit to the left.
What color is it?
Purple.
Oh, it is purple. I was looking for
All right. Now down. Right. It's on that line that you're on right now. It drops out of the bottom. That's it. You were there. No, up. That's the little elbow kick in it. No, just below that. Come down a little bit more. Nope, too far. Don't pan. I just want to move your mouse. Go up. Right there. That's the VAV. Nope, you just passed it. That's the box. That's the one.
That's the one.
Yep. So if you do a couple tabs, so we have
on your screen again.
See, it drops down, comes over here. That's
this is
the
square
VAV.
duct.
Huh?
This is I'm looking at the stuff behind it. Yes, this is what I remember. Okay, wonderful. So let's see what we did. We moved this piece right here, right?
Norm?
And that piece.
All of that is new. We need to get that fabricated.
It's all new?
It's all new. That nobody even knows about that yet.
Okay.
That's where I'm saying if you did a little bit of tabbing, that seems like a hard way to do it. There you go. And actually, no, just hover right over the VAV. Right over the VAV and hit tab.
Wow. Too late. I started tapping it.
Well, tab. There you go.
What about that one right there?
It'll select all of that. If you would have hovered over the VAV and hit tab. Yep, all the way up into the bottom of the duct.
Beautiful.
You didn't get it all.
What's missing right here?
That's just an open air return.
Okay. I didn't get it all?
No, didn't get the top of the elbow. There's a little, you did get it. Maybe the tap you missed, but you're good. So over there in the trade, I want you to put Starbucks.
All right. Well, first I'm gonna do this for her. All right. Trade. Oh, boy.
I really don't recommend calling this shit Rev 13.
No, I understand.
I mean, it's a casino. Nobody likes the number 13 at a casino. Starbucks.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. All right. What was the other duck that we worked on the other day?
Right there. Stop. The tan colored. Nope. You just zoomed out of the screen. Nope. To the right. Not that one. That one.
This is the one we lowered or raised up, right?
Yep.
So is this installed or is this all new?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's installed.
Okay. So then I need to click on that and click on that.
You're not going to get anything new fabricated.
I'm not.
No, they're not going to fabricate new stuff.
So what should I do with that?
What's going to happen is
Well,
just
they're
that.
gonna cut that one and they're gonna.
Yep. That's what they're going to do. They're going to
I
cut a
don't need
piece
to
off.
highlight it or address it.
I have not been doing that because
Okay.
of how the low rise we're all over the place on that kind of stuff.
All right. So let them just take care of that in the field.
Yep.
All right.
Jason has been handling that stuff in this field. Ginger, if you're listening, if Jason happens to come by, please grab him.
And then this is the other stuff right here, the electrical rooms that
Yep.
Misty did. Like these are here, and then the other one is.
That means if there was any way for you to select all of those, all the ductwork for those electrical rooms, and put the trade as electrical rooms, we could tell Vortex that they need to fabricate the Starbucks and the electrical rooms. See, me personally, I would have been tabbing on the VAV. That would have grabbed the return and the exhaust for each one of those
Yeah,
guys.
well, I just stuck that on there to make it not purple.
Not be purple.
Yeah. So you want that under trade as well?
Trade, that's going to be electrical rooms. See, then we can tell him just go get all the ductwork that's in electrical and Starbucks. And that's what needs to be fabricated.
Perfect.
Okay, Jason's here.
All right.
You
So
got Jason.
What you got, Brian?
Kitchen exhaust 1 and kitchen exhaust 2. You're making it all stainless?
Yes.
All right. The other question I had for you, Mike, can you zoom into the screen and show him that stuff at the dome ceiling at that big, large circle? That ductwork there, you're going to have to lift. That's in red. This is at that big, large circle guy.
Yeah, the center bar.
The center bar, correct.
So did I not read that email correctly? Then I thought they were going to fur out the side of that bulkhead to fit the diffusers in.
Yes, but the ductwork you see in red, you've already hung, is above the secondary grid. When we raise that secondary grid, that stuff in red needs to get lifted, I believe, 8 inches.
All right, so they're still raising the bulkhead then?
they have to.
You have to raise it in order to get that diffuser in there. And that's what I wanted to confirm with you, because right now it's set up as a confirming RFI. I want to release Spencer from Hofferman to get to fabricating those diffusers as we've got them. Are we prepared to do that, or should we give the confirming RFI time for the architects and the engineers to approve it? Are you following what my question is?
Yeah, I'm following. I'm just looking at everything in red there. So everything that hooks to that red's gonna have to, if the whole bulkhead's going up, then all that gets raised, correct?
No, only the stuff that's over the bulkhead right here that's gonna be raised up right here. So this back here, this right here, this is attached to it, this right here. So just that stuff right there. Because it's dipping down or dipping up here and dipping down right there, and then here it's not an issue. So it should just be this ductwork right here.
Okay, because that's why I was asking, because we've already ran just about all of that, even the stuff around the perimeter.
Gotcha.
The stuff around the perimeter with all the flex ducts connections you've already run?
Yep.
How did you do that if the secondary grid's not in?
We've already run it. I mean, it's run. They told us to run it. I ran it.
All right. Mike was laughing because that's supposed to all be below the secondary grid.
Yeah.
They'll have fun with that.
Well, they'll cuss us again.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Won't be the first, won't be the last.
Do you want me?
Yeah, we've been running all of those like that, and they've been working around them. They want us to run our duct first, and then they build the bulkhead to it. We've done all these bulkheads like that.
Yeah, well, this isn't all those bulkheads. This is a very weird situation. So maybe I'll bet you a beer that you're probably going to end up having to lower it. But we'll talk about that later when they come to you with that request.
Yeah, well, they're the ones requested us to hang it, so they'll pay me to change it.
That's why you can lose. You're going to make all that extra money. That's why you can afford to buy me that beer you're going to owe me. I think that's all. I think that's my question is I want to get back with Vortex and release them on the Starbucks duct and the electrical equipment rooms that we now had to come up with all that duct for. You're good with releasing them? And then I wanted to release Spencer at Hoffman on the diffusers for that curved bulkhead that we're talking about.
That duct you have lit up in red with that, can you send me that in the email?
Yep.
That way I've got a snapshot of everything that needs to be adjusted.
Yep. We'll do that. Oh, you just grab it, huh? You're so good. And that's gonna go up 8 inches.
It's already gone. I've already moved it.
No, but I'm telling Jason,
I
they're
got you.
gonna need to lift it up 8 inches.
All right,
And lifting up duct, Mike, is easier than dropping duct because when you got to drop ducts now, you got to put all thread in because the all thread's too short.
Gotcha.
Okay, neither one of them is fun to do. They should have to pay for any of those changes because the idea was we're supposed to hang this duct once. That's why we did all this damn bend coordination. Thank you, Jason, for your time. I hope I don't ruin any more of your day.
No, you're good. You're good. I will go ahead and tell you, we may have some changes on one of the, I know in particular, one of the hoods in back of the house, Team Donnie. If you want to go look at that real quick.
Mike, you got the mechanical file, so that's you. Know where back of house is?
No, sir.
Zoom out. All the way at the top of your page.
All that green. At the
Right
top.
in the middle, you got a bunch of green and orange. That's where he's talking about. That's the back of house kitchen. That's the one.
All right, so that large hood to the left, right there,
The biggest one? Uh-huh.
that one we do all that working with to try to get it over there in the next room.
Yep.
Well, when I look at my drawings, it shows the steel being directly above that hood, but there is no steel there.
To hang the hood from?
No, to run the exhaust out. So, you know, we moved it back to that steel. We were trying to find the steel for it.
Yeah,
So that steel that we moved it back to,
there wasn't in there.
we're looking at the wrong one now. Not that one.
Stretch your, no, you're right. Stretch your section box. That one, yep.
Oh, the other fan.
That's the hole that he was trying to hit. He's saying that hole doesn't have the steel in there.
Nope.
What about the regular exhaust?
You
Is
see
the
that?
regular?
You see that steel there that has nothing in it to your right? To your right. Go up. Yeah, right there.
Yep.
So that's where it shows the steel beam, but there's no steel there. Directly above the hood, so it'd be a straight shot out.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So you're saying in right here?
Yep. So when I got to looking at everything today, trying to measure everything up to double check and make sure everything was going to work, I got up there and I saw that steel was supposed to be directly above that hood, but there's no steel there.
Well, when that's in the composite file. That's probably exactly where those steel drawings that we sent over to you guys shows it.
Yep. So that's where I'm going to make them put it. Instead of us having to do all that work to get over to that other piece of steel there that we thought was where we're supposed to be. That's not it. That's still where we are now, coming up, that penetration where we are now,
Yep.
I think is actually the penetration for, I think that's the penetration maybe for the dishwasher hood. I think I want to say it was 041, 0-041.
No wonder it's too small. All right, so what I'm hearing you say is we need to reconfigure this ductwork and get it through this opening right here.
Yep.
Right.
I'm on, because they're adding all kinds of steel and changing steel so they can put the damn steel where it's supposed to be drawn. Now that way then we'll have a straight shot out.
I think then what they fabricated, all you'll have to do is customize those 90s where it turns back in the wall and shorten those a little bit and come right off that pair of pants and you'll land right in the same spot.
Yep. I just hope we had the height to get that pair of pants in there. And
I believe you do. I believe you do. You will have it. If we've made the double turn, you definitely will have it.
Are you leaving the fan where it is?
No.
No. Okay.
That fan's gonna go up there closer to that. Only thing we've got to double check and make sure that we don't have anything taking in fresh air within it. And you don't have any air handlers within that, so you should be fine.
Gotcha. Okie dokie.
We'll make that change in the model. What do you want me to do when I talk to Vortex? You want me to tell them that one's changing, or do you want to just let them parts come? Like I said, all it's going to do is you're going to end up with a couple extra pieces that you'll throw in the dumpster.
yeah, just leave it like it is. If we need something else made, we can do that down the road.
All
I'm
right.
sure I'm going to have some stuff fabbed. It's not going to work out perfectly like we think.
All right.
Never does. There's always something you got to work around.
Hey, Jason.
Yep.
Are you taking care of sloping this in the field?
Yeah, it's all sloped. It should be sloped. Misty sloped it.
Yeah, I think it should be sloped in the model, but I'll make sure it's sloped in the field as well.
Okay. Sweet.
Pick one of the ones that's underneath the ceiling. Isn't it sloped? No. No, it's not sloped. You know how that ductwork goes.
It's not easy and not fun.
No, that ductwork a lot of times don't slope. So, but yeah, he's gonna slip that stuff in the field.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming. So,
Yeah, we'll
all right. Good deal.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
So, did you ever get closed up with Vincent on your hydronic over at the parking access?
No,
You want to try to approach him about that?
not really.
All right. Because Ginger could make that happen. You see how she did that with Jason, right?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Ginger, thanks for that help, by the way.
All right.
What else did we need to discuss? Oh, you're going to need a more recent composite file,
Okay.
and you're going to need to get those diffusers that Ginger made and copy them into here. This is going to be around that large circle where you got that red duck that you just sent the picture out on.
Right.
See those diffusers?
Uh-huh.
They got to get deleted. All of those guys are going to get deleted all the way around there. You could actually see, you see how the gray and the purple sort of overlap? They
Mhm.
never fit in the first place.
Okay. The gray ones are the architectural ones.
That's the one that they thought they had 40 of those,
Right.
where they only have 38. And then around the outside, there's 53 of them. But what you got to be a little bit careful of is some of them they have as return diffusers. That one right down there where your arrow was at, that's the one that's a return diffuser.
Mm. And how's anybody supposed to know the difference?
Oh, on the contract drawings, they call them out as return diffusers. And everybody had questions. Why do you have the returns right next to the supply? And no one ever gave a real answer.
Okay.
You can see that's how it does. Go ahead.
They should be marked differently.
Yeah, I think they were. But understand we have to swap all those diffusers out with what Eric, if you could go to in your model real quick, if you're still in the composite.
No, I'm in the plumbing file now. I posted the composite.
All right. Let's see. I go to mine and I go to the composite. And I go to the 3D view. Come on, knock it off. You're annoying. So what happened is, Ginger, who's beeping up a storm? Knock that off. These diffusers are actually drawn in the composite file, and we'd like to get them out of there. And we'd like to get them into your mechanical file.
All right.
So that's where I need you to open the composite file. What you're going to do is you're going to select, let's see, this, select all instances, and then this one here, and select all instances, and you're going to copy them. Now, this is where there's a trick that happens. If you're not careful, you will copy them from one floor to another. So what I like to do in this case is I like to open up another view. I know that better not be me beeping. It could be. It could be. I think it was me. If you open up the casino floor, so that what you do is you select all of these visible in the view, you roller wheel onto your casino level, and you copy them to the clipboard.
Okay.
Okay? Then you go to your mechanical file, and you go to your casino level, and you say paste, align to current view. It should put those in the right spot. So
Correct.
let's try to do that.
Well, I gotta download the file first and everything else, so.
Well, start the file download and start deleting those damn diffusers so we can get it done. Please. I said, please.
All right, so the casino composite coordination that was uploaded at 110.
That's the one. I can re-download that file. Do this. Modified, newer to older. Just to give you a rundown, Eagle Fire uploaded on the 3rd of July. Gaylord uploaded Tuesday at 5:27. Just the tower. The low rise is the 8th of July. Nothing in 2 weeks. And who else have we got? CCE. They haven't uploaded since the 5th of July, which means that all of our Deluxe and all of our Revit files are up to date. That's where it's coming from. So,
Well, they're a little behind, aren't they?
yep.
Oh, where is it?
Right there.
Nation.
Open and unload.
Oh, you didn't mean for me to load it in there, did you?
It don't matter. You're just gonna open and unload it.
I mean, I need to open it, is what you're saying, though.
Yep. But you can do that right now from where you're at because you just did it that right way. No, down at the bottom, go to that Revit link.
Yeah.
Right click on it and say open and unload. Say okay.
Okay.
Ginger, I muted you just because we're getting some background noise. Good.
Oh, gracious.
Take that section box off. You're gonna find nothing's really in there.
Okay, good.
Select all instances visible in the view. That's fine. Entire project works too. That you need to go to a casino level, correct? It should hang on to those 53 objects. See what it does. It did, and you say copy to the clipboard. Right. Now you can go to a plan view casino level and say paste the line to current view.
I need to delete these first.
You can delete them second.
Wow.
I'll show you.
Okay.
That's why we're doing this stuff
I
so
guess
we can.
they're not, they're standing up, not laying down, so.
Yeah, we'll be able to tell the difference.
All right.
Paste the line to current view. Perfect. Let's go get the inner ring too at the same time.
Now, which one did you say to pick on?
Any one of them. What do you mean?
Visible in view or entire project?
It doesn't matter. They're both going to be the same. They're both going to be the same. They're all there in that view. Go to your casino level, copy that from the clipboard. Go to there to your plan view and paste it align to current view. Excellent. Okay. So now what happens is if you pick that one, say select all instances in the entire project, how many you get? 61, and do an isolate so that you have just those objects. I think we're going to find it's just that bottom ring. Double click on your roller wheel just to make sure there's nothing. Oh, that's a good way to do it. Delete that. You can see how that was never really accurate.
Right.
That was 40. That was what it was supposed to be. So you can delete them suckers. You see how they have them spaced? Not quite. They just sort of rotated them around and whatnot.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'm safe. I'm safe.
No, man, you chicken.
Look, I can't go 3 days without saving.
Is your CAD solution holding you back?
You're funny.
Now, what you should be able to do is make those damn flex ducts attach in.
Gracious. Oh, Lord.
Just go to whichever one is going to start off with the closest. Remember, you're going to delete 3 of those branches.
Okay.
All right.
I'll tell you what. Let me do this. Let me just suck it down a little bit.
Oh, we're going to get you better than that. Why don't you try attaching one? Because you're going to have to do that XX trick, and you're going to have to make all of these guys weave through the framing.
Lovely.
It'll give you something to do.
Well, what I was wanting to do was I was wanting to take a look and see where I could eliminate, where would be the best place to eliminate stuff.
Go to one where it's really lined good on the other side, or do the outer ring first if you feel more comfortable with.
Okay.
Yep. Grab that little blue circle and just hit that. Yep. Right on the money. That's what you need to do. And they'll all turn purple except when they're a return. See that next one. Remember, we didn't change the number on this one. So that next one's probably a return. And then the next one. Nope, actually it's not. I lied to you. It's not a return. Uh-huh. That's what you need to do.
I love Flex.
Yeah, well, hit that flex and do an XX.
Oh, I gotta.
That's a return. That
Well,
was that one. Next one that you're looking at is a return.
How do you know?
Because they had them sequenced about like that. You should have that same distance for every doggone one. See that one below it. I promise you that one's going to be a return.
But what do you want me to hook to it? This?
Nothing gets hooked to it. It's just the arrow on it. We're going to swap that out, and we're going to make that one that the arrow goes in on. Correct. Delete the short piece of delete the short piece of duct. Yep. Now drag that piece of flex duct over to that elbow. Much better. Okay. Eric, what do you got going? He's gone. No chats, no nothing.
No, I just can't find my mute quick enough. Sorry. I'm just trying to clear up this. I think I was able to get this annotation for this plumbing in here.
That's
But I
what
still
needed
think we need
know.
to set up what's that?
That's what I needed to know. You're working on the plumbing file. Do you want to share? You got questions for me?
No, I think I'm good right now. But we do need to put a 3D view to show how we're going underneath, I guess.
Yeah, you're gonna have to, or the guys in the field are never gonna get it. And I would put that 3D view right there on that plan, on that whiteout with your enlarged plan.
Well, I think I got away with it without the enlarged plan. I was able to get most of it dimensioned up in the other plan. I think originally I was in the 1/8-inch plans. I'm now in the 1/4-inch ones.
Gotcha.
I'm still not.
You're gonna do 2 more of those, and then I think you're gonna end up with a return.
So that's what. So in other words, the one has the space on there. That's the ones that's a return. Okay,
Yep.
I'm with you now.
All right.
Are
Sure,
we
yeah.
meeting? Are we meeting with anyone else on here? What's the plan? We're just kind of doing a work session because I'm gonna hop off and go get some food here shortly.
No, I'll be honest. I was probably gonna end this stream. Mike said he didn't need to talk to Vincent or didn't want to talk to Vincent. We'll
All right.
we'll deal with Vincent when they come back. If he wants to do that while Mike's out next week, that's fine. I was gonna try to get Cal and Spencer and Mike on the phone, but I think I'm going to do that tomorrow after we finish this little bit of cleanup. Because Cal and Spencer are both related to what Mike is putting in that ductwork right now on that flex duct. Mike, how did the top ring work whenever you stretched one of those flex ducts? Did it turn real bad on you? Did one of the top ring? No, you didn't need to undo that.
What?
Yep, just drag that one down to the one below. I just
Here?
want to see how. Yep, that's why I just want to see if it's going to work. Yep, it should work fine.
Are there any
Probably-
returns in here?
No, I don't believe you're going to have any returns. Remember, you're going to end up dropping 3 branches out.
I got you.
No, 2 branches. We went from 2 branches out. See, that we've got to fix. Do you know how to fix that?
It doesn't do that right there.
Well,
I'm gonna go
you
here.
No, really, that's not a good way to do it. You can insert the vertex. You don't know which way you're stretching, dude. You're gonna go crazy. So delete that vertex, so I can walk you through this. Pick that guy and do an XX.
Can't do it with flex duct. Got to do it with the box or the conduit.
There you go. Perfect.
Thank you,
That's
Eric.
good. Look at that thing from the front view. Actually, pull your box down so you're only looking at that one piece of flex. No, I pull the sides in so that we're not looking at.
You said pull it down.
I hear you pull it down.
Which way you want to look at it? This way?
I only want to look at the one branch. You can't look at both branches. Oh, you'll understand once we get this right. Yeah, pull that down. There you go. Pull the other one up.
Oh. Good.
There you go. Now look at that in the front view. In the front view. You're in the right view. You need to pick on the cube to do this. You need to pick on the cube and be directly straight at it. Now insert your vertex. You actually have already inserted one. And stretch up. Keep going. Yep. There you go. See how it starts to heal itself?
You're going to probably need to pull that duct back some.
That's exactly right. And you need to play to get it so that the insulation is showing correctly.
Okay. Ugh. Ugly.
Yeah, well, it ain't fun. It's a pain in the butt.
Oh boy, it
That's
is not fun.
beautiful. I love it.
Stretch, stretch it back shorter. Do what you got to do. Eric, I'm going to say you still have the composite file. So if you do
Okay.
me a favor and go delete those 2 model lines that are circles and all those diffusers from that composite file, that would
Okay.
be awesome.
So wait, say that again. I'm deleting the 2 circle line. Oh, just the stuff that doesn't belong in the composite file.
Correct, correct. And Mike's going to get us connected. And then once that's done, then I'm going to be updating the Deluxe model so that we can talk with the engineers and Cal tomorrow, or not the engineers, Cal and Spencer in a better way. And I don't know if Ginger's listening, but I do want to probably, maybe not tonight, but eventually that was the diffuser that she made. I want to go over how to put that arrow in and how to do a little bit of work that we did to it, that I did to clean it up a little bit. So it's 1:45. Eric was talking like he wanted to go. Mike, this gives you a good task to burn the rest of your day to. Is there anything else you want to review before you leave?
Um,
And you see, I think when you do that snap, I think it's going to fix everything. Yep.
I mean, I guess I don't have their stuff in here, so that's just a little extreme, but it's going to be what it is. So it's not.
That you doing that stretch in that angled view does not work. If you're going to stretch, those, you have to go to that XX box, look at the thing in the front view in order to stretch in the height. It's only going to let you stretch in the X and the Y. And you and Eric had a real problem with that.
Mm.
If you can't get that figured out, I'll fix all of those things. Okay.
Ooh, don't you? I got you.
Well, I'll
Yes, sir.
probably record it so that next time you can do it, but you are going to struggle. Me personally, Mike, I would look at that in the top view where you're at right now. Pick that one of the short ducts. The next one you're going to fix. Yep. Now go to the top view on the box. See, now what I would do is I would grab that flex duct and slide that whole thing of flex duct. I would have stretched the whole flex duct back a little bit so that it shortened the duct. So you had,
This right here?
yeah. And see, I
No,
wouldn't have
that'll
done,
disconnect you.
nope, that'll disconnect it. He's
Good
exactly right. Nope, grab the side of the flex duct. No, see, there's no reason to disconnect it, Mikey.
I'm not trying to disconnect it. So
All right, now drag the whole thing over. Click and drag the whole thing over.
Well, how? What do you want me? What do you want me to click on to drag it?
The blue object.
Right here.
No, the blue object. Not
Shift
the, yep. That's it. That's all I wanted you to do. Stay in line. Stay in line.
I'm trying.
There you go.
Too late.
That was fine with that thing. You'll get the flow of it. I'm wanting to show. See, if you move the flex duct over before you connect it into the top,
Right. I'm with you.
and then don't worry about putting that hump in and that camel hump in all of those until the very end. So do that all the way around.
Okay.
In plan view, slide it over, snap it in. All right, slide it over, snap it in, all the way around. Remember, you're going to be removing 2 of those branches. Now you're talking. Now you need to snap it in. Move it over and then snap it in. Right? And there's just going to be that last little piece that we got to fix at the very end by going to the front or right side view. And I know that that's a little bit frustrating, but once you realize how it's working, you'll appreciate it better for later.
Okay.
Okay?
Cool. All right.
All right. I'm gonna jump on this other meeting.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Later, guys. I'm gonna end this stream. Everybody
Later.
be good. Appreciate you guys joining.